Today we have a very exciting race between Homewrecker and VixRyder. I'm going to drop the gate in the race room, so these guys are going to get going in about 15 seconds. And let's talk about this flag set. So this is fun. Jump and dash is always on, so they're going to go really fast and jump really high and have some shenanigans probably because of it. They are starting with Candle because they're cowards. No possibility of vanilla or vanilla shuffled biomes because they're cowards. Here we go. Okay, Vix, they're both immediately going to find this. This is an item cave, this is medicine container, or medicine cave, where you get the water of life from the vanilla game. Z2R is fun because the overworld map is also randomized. We're going to jump over these enemies on home. And the hammer. We've got the hammer here. Vix is going to reset back to start. He's going to up and A out of here. Home is going to take a death. And then this is a jump Victor Cave. Victor Cave that requires the jump spell. Thankfully, they already have it. Home is still battling his way out of Medicine Cave there. Vic said no thank you. Jump Cave for now. Just gonna go see what else there is to see in the west here. So, Hammer Block Cave, we have the hammer. I'm pretty sure that was Death Mountain. It's not vanilla shuffled because the runners are cowards. They wouldn't let me put vanilla shuffled Death Mountain flag on. This is another item cave. The runners have found, the Vix found is Heart Container Cave, and he gets the magic container. So far we don't have to yell at Elendar for putting vanilla items in the item caves, which is good. Small keys in the drop pool. That's handy. We don't know where the fairy spell is, and we don't know where the magic key is. Alright, here is Magic Container Cave for Vix. Home find Heart Container Cave here, or is he trying to get through Jump? I think he's trying to get through Jump Cave. That is the mirror. So in this flag set, with the new updates to the randomizer that released earlier this year, late last year, it is now possible for fetch quest items and spells to be shuffled into the pool. New Kasuto has the fairy spell, helpful hint, and this is Magic Container Town, which is Saria on Vix's side. And Home did find Heart Container Cave and got his magic container. And now he's going to get the mirror as well. So Vix picked up the magic key from the mirror spot and is now going to get a magic container from the old man. So this makes the game a lot more randomized because it's more than just spells in the towns. Spells can be anywhere. Fetch quest items can be shuffled in anywhere. There can be more than one item in a palace now. And these are all toggleable flags, so you definitely don't have to play the randomizer this way. But for some of us that have been playing it for years and years, it just makes it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun, a lot more possibilities for actual logic chains. Okay, Vix is going to get the good news here. I did vet a little bit of this seed. There's nowhere for him to go. He's got to either go to Death Mountain or through Jump Cave, and I don't know which one is the answer. So he's going to go for Jump Cave. I don't blame him, because Death Mountain is gross. Yes, I am alone on comms. Tank ended up having to work, and I think Ty is doing lake house things or something. Everyone has a life except me, Cody. You know that. Death Mountain's the only correct choice. Elendar, please. Okay, so Home picking up his magic container and his magic key. Okay, Vix is up and A-ing out of Jump Cave. So maybe he's with Elendar on this and is going to... Okay, Home's showing off what you can do with dash and jump always on, which is jump that without building the bridge or without the fairy spell. And I think he's also going to realize there's nowhere for him to go. Okay, Vix is going into Death Mountain. And honestly, this probably is the right call with that early hammer, which is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, that's just gross. Who rolled this shit? Haha, it was me. Shakes fist at Elendar for no reason. I mean, Cody, if you want to jump in, it's always fun to have company on comms. But no pressure if you don't want to. Okay. So Vix back in Jump Cave because Death Mountain actually sucks a lot. Looks like he's gonna make it through this time. Did a little bit of early level grind, so he's at Attack 2, Magic 2, Life 2, or Life 3, which should help him make it through here. And this is where Home died before. He was almost through. There's only one more room after this. Home has made it to the east, and here's another feature of the new updated randomizer. The River Devil can completely block a town. So if there's something in that town is required, the flute is also required. Okay, Home has found his way into Darunia. He's gonna pick up, I'm pretty sure this is Upstab. Oh, Vix just found Bagu and got the water for Naburu for Palace or for Naburu on the east. I missed what the town is here, the hint for this town. So Home found the east and Vix found the other side of the west. This is a vanilla-like west. It's segmented. Stab checks are not shuffled because, once again, as it's been established, the runners are cowards. No, not really. I love these two guys. So you can also shuffle the stab checks into the pool. They have chosen not to. So down stab is in its vanilla location, so is up stab. Medicine is in the east, and Barba has the kid. So the kid is in Palace 6, and the medicine is somewhere TM on the east. Not in a town. It's going to be in one of the overworld checks or in one of the new Kasuto checks. I think that counts as an overworld check. I forget how hints work in the updated randomizer, but it will tell you the town name or a boss hint from a palace if it's in a palace or a town. Hello, Cody.
Hello.
Oh, wow. Home is able to get Granny's help with 6 magic containers. And I bet it's not going to make him hate Granny's any less. I'm surprised he didn't stab her in the face just for fun. That's what he usually does. Yeah, there's some really, really cool changes, Neo. Like, really cool updates. Okay, free pea bag for Home from the old man in New Kasuto, and Vix now has all the stabs. I think it's kind of an advantage for Vix that he did Jump Cave first, because now he has down stab and up stab, and down stab just makes it a lot easier to navigate through this game, especially with jump and dash always on. Like when you're going fast, it's just easier. Like Home would have a much easier time right now getting through Jump Cave if he had down stab, which you have to go through Jump Cave to get, but whatever. Beside the point. I think Death Mountain might actually be required here in some way. We haven't seen any palaces yet. Okay, Fairy Spell in New Kasuto. They got a hint for that, so we knew it was there somewhere.
Okay, there we go. So earlier you were saying that there are some different things in the drop pool, specifically like quest items?
And yeah, shuffled into the item pool, right. So fetch quest items like the water, the mirror, Bagu's letter. So Bagu had the water there, which is a quest item for Naburu, which is an eastern continent town where you have to give the thirsty lady some water. So now that fountain in Naburu where you normally get the water becomes a check in the game that could have an item or a spell. Yay,
That's really
Home's
cool.
finally gonna get down stab. Game is playable. Yeah, there are some great updates. Elendar and Initsu and J-Ro Boy have worked really hard on just a lot of improvements. And, you know, I know not everyone loves them, but they're all toggleable options. So if you still want to play the game the way it was played in, you know, version 4. Whatever, that is totally available to runners. But I just think it's cool to be able to have more than one item in a palace, or you know, shuffle the fetch quest items into the pool, or shuffle the stab tech items. It makes things a lot more interesting, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. Like, more checks is almost always better, in my opinion.
Right,
Like,
right. Hey, it's a palace!
just
Old Casuto. Oh, the free. There's a free glove. I should have vetted this seed more. Easy seed for babies.
can't believe you would give them an easy seed.
I wanted to add Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain so bad.
And you could have just added it and not told
I
them.
know, I know. I could have, but I should have. It's tradition. Okay, Vix has found Palace 2. We know it's Palace 2 because when you stab the jar in the front of Palace 2, you always get, or the statue, you always get a red jar. There's one item here because there was one statue out front, like in the right before the entrance, and there should have been one cloud as well in the sky at Palace entrance. That's how you can tell how many items, if that item shuffler is on.
So it like adds just clouds to tell you the items. That's really funny.
Yeah, so you don't even have to go in to see the statue. Okay, Home's gonna get his glove here. Easy early helmet head for Vix. Or Germafencer if you're Tiverius 37 and call the bosses by their proper boss names. And you'll notice Home has the regular vanilla text for items on, and Vix has the community text, which has, you know, some funny stuff instead of the boring stuff. Yeah, Neo, palaces can have more than one item now. It's a flag that you can set in the new updated version of the randomizer. It's not unlimited items though. So like the smaller palaces I think can have up to 2, and then like the other bigger palaces can have up to 3. But there can also be 0 items in a palace. So Vix is going to look for the item here. Thunder and Reflect are both going to be required in this flag set. It is a 6-gem flag set, so they have to beat all the dungeons, which means they do need to beat Karak, so they need the Reflect spell, and Thunderbird is also required, so they will need Thunder.
That's something I was curious about, if you had them like forced to do T-Bird or not.
Yeah, so this is actually a flag set that Tiverius plays, well, with one small change, and that is the palace layouts. So in all previous versions of the randomizer, palaces, well, not all previous versions. In version 4, the palaces were laid out in a way that was called reconstructed, which was basically there was no logical layout to the palace. You know, you could loop pretty much anywhere, things connected in weird ways, and oh, we have a 3-eyed rock. There was a 50-50 chance of having a 3-eyed rock. We don't know what's under it though. There's no guaranteed palace, and that's a raft tile. But so this palace layout, this is an item K for Home. This palace layout is random walk, which has a logical layout. So for instance, if you are in a room and you go right and then down and then left and then up, you will be in the same room that you started in, instead of just having a random room, which is how reconstructed palaces are.
So what kind of layout do we have for GP?
It's all random walk.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
It will be easier for the runners to kind of figure out where they're going in the palaces. It makes it easier to map your palace layout and kind of remember, you know, where you're going to end up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the spell that Home and Vix both just picked up in this item cave. So they can go back to New Casuto and get one more check now if they can cast it. Vix has a couple levels on Home here. And I did see them both get the trophy off that desert tile too. So once we see Rudo in the back in the west, we can get the item there if they choose. Okay, Home is also going to dive into Palace 2 here. Where are all the palaces? This is wild. Vix is going to go back in for this item again.
Oh, speaking of palaces, one thing I recall in previous versions of the randomizer was there was some graphical problems between East and West palaces, specifically related to some bosses. Has that been solved?
Oh, yeah, we don't... Oh, that was the boots. That was the boots. And, okay, so... Sorry, I'll get back to this question in a second. They have the all water is walkable with boots flag on, so Vix can cheat and walk on all the water now.
Oh, come on. Why would you give them that?
It's really the way everyone plays the game. Home was sad that he calls them vanilla boots, but really it's bad boots. He was sad that bad boots were not on, but he wants bad boots, but he wouldn't let me give them vanilla shuffle DM. I can't explain these things.
Yeah, that's an
I'm taking
opinion.
a death to helmet head. But yes, Cody, the graphical glitches that gave us Rebo Shark and that Nightmare Fuel Guma Horsehead concoction, those have been patched out. If Elendar's in chat, he can explain it better than I can. But
I have to say I'm a little sad to hear that, but...
Yeah, me too. Rebo Shark was fun, but it was something to do with, like, in order to implement some of these changes, I think those things needed to be fixed.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause, like, I think it was something to do with ROM banking.
Chaos Palaces race. So, Elendar, Chaos is actually my personal favorite of the new palace layout settings. There's a bridge. Oh, hey, Palace 4. We know this is Palace 4 because it has a flying Moa, a fire Moa out front. They can't do anything in there. Oh, the other side of Death Mountain. Gross. Well, there might be and the raft tile goes here. Okay, everything just goes to Death Mountain. Why? Fucking why?
All roads lead to Death Mountain? I don't know.
Okay, so this is one gem on the board for both runners. Okay, Specky Rock. Let's see what we got. Shield spell. I mean, that's, you know, not required, but definitely nice to have. We don't know how brutal GP is going to be, and that reduces the damage that the runners will take. I know, rip Rebo Shark, but I think it's worth it for all of these other really cool good things that we got. Home, please. See, so he has the glove and he's going really fast, and he has down stab, so he just stabbed himself right out of... I don't know that he can make this jump now. He might have to leave this room and come back. Okay, there we go.
You know, Dash Always On doesn't really seem like a boon to me.
I mean, it forces you to be deliberate in your movements.
Yeah, it definitely seems to make, like, combat in tight spaces a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, it definitely does. There's a lot of combat in this game that involves jumping, neutral jumping especially, and Dash Always On makes that significantly more difficult. But it's fun to watch.
Oh, definitely.
Make Dash Always On, replace the dash spell with the walk spell. Ooh, that would be good. That would be very good. The walk spell. Okay. Vix is back on the west, it looks like, back in Jump Cave. He just ran so fast that he ran back into that red Dyer's axe.
Vix is taking a lot of hits in this cave.
Yeah, he's just face tanking the damage to try and get through it. Home also says no to Palace 4. I think there must be no items to get. Oh, sad. What a place to die, right?
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
He has upstab. He should have used it.
Moas, man, like, they are just hateful.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's a caldera. It's not Vanilla Lake. It's a freaking caldera. Okay, I confuse those two sometimes because the calderas can also be segmented. Very good. I rolled them a good one. Jump Always On is far worse for making the game harder. Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything outside the norm makes it harder for me because I'm bad, so I can't, you know, I can't comment one way or the other. Okay, what do we got? Oh, GP is in the caldera, so we can't do anything in there right now. So let's see.
You said it was 6 crystal entry?
Yeah. This is just the palace requirements and GP entry in this seed are standard. Trophy cave. Here's an item cave for Vix. Home is wandering around Death Mountain. There's the raft, so Vix can go from, I believe, the east to Death Mountain now. Which, you know, all roads lead to Death Mountain, apparently. We haven't found our cave connectors. Or, well, we found the one cave connector. So there's a second cave connector that goes somewhere to the maze. So we have to... Oh, that could be bad for Vix. Oh, hey, look!
Maze Island. Oh, bye, Maze Island.
I don't know about this seed, Cody. Vix just found Maze Island at sub half hour, which is, you know, the running joke in the community is that Vix just doesn't ever find Maze Island. So this is most definitely an easy seed for babies, I'm pretty sure. Not really. There are some incredibly challenging things about this seed. Home getting the business here in Jump Cave, trying to do some combat. Casting the shield spell because Home needs shield.
Apparently. So, with Maze Island,
Palace
can you refresh my memory? There's 2 item caves in it?
There's 2 item locations that are item drops. The tiles are hidden in with regular tiles. So when you walk Maze Island, the pathing all looks the same. All that yellow path there. There are, I believe, 6 encounters that have enemies, and then 2 item drops. Oh, the item in Palace 1 is a 1-up. That kind of sucks. So yeah, there's 2 items. And when you find Maze Island, there's at least 2 items, and then depending on how many items are in the palace, potentially 3 or more. This is the drop room. Home finally making it through Jump Cave to go back to this portion of the west that Vix has found. This is a dead end.
So earlier I saw Home go in a cave and it looks like he found a bot. Like...
Oh yeah, so that's the spell. So the devs did some really creative stuff since the spells are now shuffled into the drop pool or the item pool. Typically in the vanilla game, when you cast a spell, it turns all the enemies on the screen into bots. So they made that a bot, and then the fairy spell is a little fairy icon. The shield spell is a shield, like the life spell is a heart with an up arrow on it. The jump spell is the boots with an up arrow on them. It's really well done. These guys did a great job.
That makes sense. I appreciate that they did it that way. Like, I think that's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, it really is, and it gives some good continuity. The thunder spell is it's a lightning bolt, but whatever. Like, that's how do you depict thunder, really?
I would have made it the screw attack icon as an Easter egg, but that's me.
I mean, it looks very similar. Horsehead. This is the Palace 1 boss here for Vix. Okay, Home Record getting his raft. And taking a game over. That's really unfortunate. He's going to have to go back down to that part of the west now.
That's a bit of a trip for him.
Yeah, he, I think on Home's side, we are really seeing how difficult it is to navigate some of these rooms in these caves with these, you know, these flags, these very difficult jump and dash always on. You know, it's making the combat very hard for him.
Yeah, like, it doesn't help that a lot of these bosses have projectiles, or enemies, not bosses.
Yeah, and oh, hey, there's the reflect spell for Vix here in the maze. That is the vanilla magic container location. So he's gonna go back to Palace 4, I bet. Or at least maybe explore a little bit down here and then go back to Palace 4. I like turtles. Me too.
Turtles are pretty cool.
Me too. Yeah, JJ, this rando can be brutal. The runners are playing with a goofy set of flags. Normally, we don't play with jump and dash always on, but you know, you could also make it a lot easier with the flag set that you choose to implement. Okay, this is Palace 5 for Vix. He's gonna say no to that right now, and I don't blame him.
What's Vix at? 2 gems already?
Yeah, Vix is at 2, Home is at 1. So Rudo was a 1-up. They do have the trophy. Vix said, no thank you, I don't need your 1-up. Okay, Home is about to find GP here. And then, so this is Palace 3 or 6. We won't know until we get inside and see windows or a boss, because the columns, okay, this is Palace 3. We have the square windows. Palace 6 has jail bar windows. So, this is the shorter of the two. And it does not have the child. We got a hint earlier that Barba has the kid. I don't think Vix checked the grass tile before. Oh, yes, he did. He did. There was a magic container there. I lied. This room that Vix is in is one of the new rooms from the
It's
version 5
very rude
update.
to have those blocks and that stuff shooting at you at the same time.
There are some extremely rude rooms in the new randomizer. No, I didn't pick the flags. This is a flag set that Tiverius37 likes to play. The only change that Vix and Home made was the palaces are set to random walk instead of reconstructed, which means they are logically laid out instead of kind of anything goes. Not exactly, because there is a chaos setting, but reconstructed is more similar to, like, it doesn't have a logical layout. So if you go right, down, left, up in a reconstructed palace, you will not necessarily end up in the same room that you started in, whereas in this flag set you will. Home found Thunder. This is
Wonder how much it costs.
Yeah, I don't know. He has not menued. He's only at Magic 3. He does have, I think, what, 7 containers? Vix has all 8.
Yeah, Vix is stocking up on them.
Yeah, not a bad thing necessarily. Vix can probably cast anything right about now. P3 giving him the business a little bit.
Yeah, he's been tanking a lot of hits. Like,
What's Screw Attack doing in this game? Yeah. Oh, I hate this room that Home's in. This room is awful. It's so bad. Jump and dash, in my opinion, actually makes that room easier than trying to do it at regular speed. Let's see if Vix finds a boss. He did find a boss. Cast shield. And oh no, not quite. He's gonna cheese the blue iron knuckle in the corner here and just downstab his head until he dies. I think it's not a pixel perfect setup, but it's pretty precise where you have to stand as Link to, or, you know, your sprite to be able to get Rebo and the blue iron knuckle just so they're not quite off the screen. And with that, Vix has placed his 3rd gem. He's got a pretty solid lead right now. In terms of gems and levels, really, and exploration. Home hasn't seen the maze yet at all. So now Vix is going to pick up Thunder, and this should be go mode for him. So he's got Reflect, he's got, yeah, he's got Fairy, he's got Magic Key. Like, there's nothing that could trip him up in GP
well,
at
that
this
really
point.
does look like the Screw Attack icon, never mind.
It does. No, it does. It absolutely does. Vix destroying Home in Z2R is a tradition. I mean, in Home's defense, he has not been playing much of Z2. He's been busy with some other things, but yeah, he's pretty far behind here. So Vix is going into Palace 5. And Palace 5 is one of the longer palaces. It can be very trolly. It has an annoying boss. So this should be a good time. We'll see how much time Vix spends in here.
Yeah.
Wandering around.
Yeah, it feels like something that knocked Home back behind a little bit. He spent a lot more time walking around in the overworld, it seems.
Yeah,
especially like roaming around in the water.
A little bit. I think a lot of it is just, it's taking him, he's taking deaths that Vix hasn't taken, you know?
Yeah, which is wild because like
combat
overall,
is a little
it looks
more
like
consistent.
it looks like Home's being more cautious with the enemies. Like I saw him use spell when he was getting the item out of the last palace instead of dealing with those iron knuckles.
Yeah, and I mean that's that's a
meanwhile,
completely
Vix
valid
just
strat.
comes rolling in and starts eating hits on them, and like
yeah,
he even
Vix,
tried to like go back and fight them.
I think Vix has been playing a lot more of Z2 lately, so he did participate in the standard tournament this year, which Home did not. He won the Challenge Cup version, the Nibiru Invitational of that tournament, so he's got a little more experience with the version 5 updates. He's got a little more recent combat. He's not as rusty, essentially.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like he's definitely been playing it a lot more.
But this is a super serious, very much for fun race. Beat Elendar, please. Vix, prepare for his yearly demolishing. That game over after Jump Cave did hurt Home, yeah, because he had to go all the way back through. And like that's where all the stuff is through Jump Cave, through the Caldera, like all the stuff that he needed at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
And now he's farming this red Stalfos for 20 points a pop to get attack 4. Like Vix's levels are a lot better. Well, no, I guess not a lot better, but his attack is better. He's got 2 heart containers that Home hasn't found. So it's letting him stay alive longer.
Is that second gem for Home?
Yep, Gem 2 on Home side, and Vix is looking for Gem 4 here if he can never find the boss in Palace 5. This is just Palace 5 doing Palace 5 things. I think that was the agreement, Tofile. And there's the flute, and I'm pretty sure it's Nibiru locked behind Larry, the River Devil. Sorry, Larry is Z2R community meta for the River Devil. And I think Vix is just gonna not... Oh no, okay, this is Nibiru. Just kidding. No, Home's on the west. Bagu's Letter Town. We don't need Bagu's Letter. Okay, Vix has found the boss. I don't think he's gonna bother with that flute.
Like a very healthy Guma. He's not like
here's the thing is we haven't seen Palace 6. That flute could be required. We did see a 3-eyed rock. We've seen Palace 3. We have not seen Palace 6. Home is finding Palace 1 here. So I'm interested to see what Vix does after this boss fight. When he beats Guma, is he going to go back and try and find the way to that flute? Because he might need that. It's actually quite likely that he does need it. Not for anything River Devil related, but to reveal the hidden tile under that Palace 6.
Vix is not having a good time with Guma.
No, jump and dash always on makes this fight extremely difficult, because part of the timing of this fight is being able to jump over those flail swings, and going to like so much faster and jumping so much higher makes that kind of rough. Also, Guma's a little beefy on attack 4. Vic's probably wishing he had attack 5 right about now.
Yeah. And yeah, the jump and dash is like definitely affecting him. Like you can tell in his movements that like he's having a lot of trouble compensating for it.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the easiest fight even without those 2 things on.
Oh, definitely.
Home also getting debated by that dead end room. Both of them know better. Another thing
Another
Jump and
gem.
Dash makes difficult is those raw heads, like the animal heads that come at you in this game, especially those ones that shoot the little pellets, because they can just stack and keep coming at you, and like it's really difficult to deal with them with these flags.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, Vic's up an 8 out of Palace 5, and he's going back to Death Mountain. Or no, he's back in the east. He did not get the flute. So either he knows something we don't, or he just maybe screwed himself a little bit as Home takes down Horsehead.
I guess we'll just have to see.
So he's gonna do P4. I know, right? I know, Elendar.
Home working to close that gap a little bit, though. He's got another gem down.
Yep, so it's 4-3 for gems. This room that Vix is in, I'm pretty sure we nicknamed Chadbert's Folly during the standard tournament because Chadbert, who is a runner, died so often. Hey, it's the jump spell. We don't need that.
Imagine not grabbing it anyway.
Right? Just for the fluff. Okay, so this should also be go mode for Home with that reflect spell pickup. He would probably very much like to find a heart container somewhere. At least one. Two would be better. So this was a 1-item Palace 4. Vix is going to up an A back to start to kind of reset his route there. So another flag, this is another change, which I think is actually pre-version 5, is Harder Karak, where the boss of Palace 4, who is Karak, usually you can just like cheese him in the corner and, you know, he shoots the beams at you all on one level, and now he can shoot them up or down or in sine wave. Like it's a little more challenging. It's not like the most difficult boss fight ever, but it is more interesting with this.
It makes it a lot less predictable.
Flag. Yes. He shoots Wi-Fi at you.
5G packets.
.5G packets.
Knocker's being very rude for Home.
Oh yeah, those little mini Goomba. Yeah, those guys, they jump unpredictably. Oh gosh, Vix, please.
Oh no, Vix! No.
That was a mistake. You could cheese that guy right off the edge. In this room, like, you can cast Fairy, but then you have to go all the way back and come back into it because there are the blocks on either side. Yeah, he'll just walk right off if you let him. It's like you can't hit the blocks as a Fairy. So even if he had cast Fairy, he would have had to do the room again. Home is casting Fairy to get through this Palace 5 room. Quick Karak, and so you can see the different types of Wi-Fi being shot at Vix. Still using the corner strat, which is not like before Harder Karak, the corner strat was like the strat, and now I actually think it's a little easier to stand a little bit to the left of where Vix is standing, but he has no problems here with Karak. Oh gosh, Home is gonna try and kill this blue iron knuckle. Vix saw this room from the other side and noped out of it. Okay, so that's 5 gems for Vix. And now I'm interested. Oh, Valley of Death. Okay, we don't need a flute. I forgot about Valley of Death. P6 is just here. How boring. Wow, I rolled these guys a jet. This is a jet seed. Vix is maybe gonna finish this sub-hour.
He got through that room particularly smoothly. Like, I was expecting something to hit him.
Yeah, that was nicely done. He did some nice fairy feet, too. 2 items. So we finally got a 2-item palace. Vix doesn't care about either of them because he's in go mode. Although, if he comes across another heart container on his way to the boss, I don't think he'll care that. Like, that wouldn't be sad. And we know one of these items is the kid. Home is getting a little turned around in here, I think. He's going back the way he came. Wow. Super quick,
Well,
Barba.
just straight to the boss.
Look, Ty. You were supposed to vet seeds. You were supposed to vet seeds, so I didn't roll them a jet. I can't finish a whole jump and dash always on seed. I couldn't even get through jump cave. Oh, Vic showing off the jackhammer on Barbra Streisand's head. Home is gonna pick up the flute. Yeah, one thing that you can do with the jump spell on this boss is do the jackhammer on her head, and you can get up to like 10 hits per cycle that way.
Yeah, he tried it when he first got in, but he took a death to it. But it seems like
I mean, that happens a lot, even without the dash always on. But he did get to jump over the wall, even though he has the magic key, so it wouldn't matter. He wouldn't have spent a key. Next year, Vix versus Home versus Ty with Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain. With Vanilla Shuffle Death Mountain. I'm not taking no for an answer. Ty, I know where you live, dude. But also Tank knows where you live, dude. Just keep that in mind. Okay, Home resetting himself here in Palace 5, hoping for maybe a clearer path to the boss. Meanwhile, Vix is just on his way to GP. Back on the west in the Caldera. What are we gonna have? Maybe not, well, probably pretty close to 43-minute GP entry. We do have to beat T-Bird. Okay, yeah, 42-35, barrier up. This is a dead-end home. You know this is a dead-end home. What are you doing, dude? See, Home's rusty. Like, if he wasn't so rusty, this is a vanilla room, so he knows that room is a dead end. He's just not played this rando in a while. Okay, so Vix into GP, finds this emoji room with dots, so not so bad. No Kingbot, no random flying Bagos.
0 spicy chickens, which is just sadness.
So far, we'll see. Hey,
oh,
asking you shall receive, Cody.
Excellent, more chickens, please.
More chickens coming right up. Vix is lucky he didn't get bopped into the lava right there.
Yeah, seriously.
Is this the Guma? Oh, hey, bluebirds. Oh, they're hitting hard too.
Oh man, it's like a truck.
Yeah, they always do. No matter how much life you think you have, the blue chickens in GP will let you know right away that it's not that much. Dead end home. Home's finding all of the dead ends, and so he's not saving. He's not making up any time here over Vix. Spent
Yeah, no,
at least
definitely
the same
not.
amount of time.
This palace has been rough.
Palace 5 doing Palace 5 things. I mean, the other palaces kind of make up for it. Wow. Okay, Vix
That
just
was
saved himself
wow.
Kingbot there.
I was certain he would.
Oh no! And then he died anyways. He was gonna get bopped into the lava. Bots are low-key the worst enemy in this entire game.
Yeah, no, Kingbot was out for blood today.
Uh-huh. Mr. Angry Pants, I like the way you think. Yeah, Kingbot's giving Vix the business today. Like, he knows it's there, and he just can't seem to prevent himself from getting booped. Super interesting drop rooms in some of these new rooms.
Yeah, some of these are like very interesting layout wise.
Red chicken? Okay, here we go. Home has found Guma. Vix has found a fairy block room with a spicy chicken. Doesn't even try to kill it. He's just like, no, just shoot me in the face with fire. Neither runner has the life spell, so that will make Tiberius happy. Let's see how Home does with this fight. So, Home has attack 5 here, and Vix only had attack 4 when he fought Guma, so this might be a little bit easier for Home than it was for Vix.
And he just seems to be having a bit of trouble getting any kind of pattern going.
The timing is really difficult with, I think it's, well, it's both, but I think it's probably dash that makes it a little harder.
Yeah, the dash seems to make it a lot more difficult, because you really want to be, like, more tight with your movements for, like, pushing Guma around, otherwise he'll just keep going off screen.
Vix doing nice little manipulation of that red chicken there.
Yeah, that chicken wanted him bad, though.
So that was a pretty clean Guma fight for Home, actually. Oh no!
Was that chicken in the block, dude?
Oh, it's, yeah, there's a 50-50 where sometimes you get a red jar and sometimes you get a chicken, and Vix just got Omega unlucky. And got the chicken.
That is rude.
Yeah, it was extremely rude.
Looks like, please give me this fairy.
Okay, so Home still has to do Palace 4 and Palace 6. Where's he gonna go first? Home, oh, he forgot that Palace 4 is on the east. Vix has found
Here's T-Bird.
Okay, so the T-Bird fight, like, in the vanilla game, the T-Bird fight is pretty much always done with jump. Okay, yeah. Home did lose P4 for a second because it's in a very similar looking place to where P2 is, but it just has the bridge tile there.
I noticed Vix cast Reflect when he started fighting T-Bird. What's that about?
Yeah, so it's a strat that some runners use if they have the magic, because you can block these fireballs when he gets into this aggressive phase where he shoots double the fireballs. You can't block all of them. You have to be at exactly like the right angle, like pixel under him to do it, but it is helpful, especially on lower life, like 6 heart containers. It's not super low life, but it's also not great. Nice fight. Vix didn't even take a hit there.
Yeah, no, that was...
He was using pendulum, what we call pendulum strats, where he was kind of, you know, setting up on one side of the room, letting T-Bird come low on the platform so he could jump and hit him, and then going to the other side and setting up there. Which is different than the vanilla all keys run strat, where you know, you just have attack 8 every time you get to T-Bird, so you can just have him chill on the middle of the platform and jump and stab him in the face. Home can't help himself. He can't help himself. He checks for items wherever he goes. Game over for Vix. Which, I mean, is probably fine. He was on his last life, and we don't know how many rooms to Dark Link now, so he's gonna have to go back to where he found T-Bird. But at least now, he doesn't have to fight T-Bird again. T-Bird stays dead. Yeah, Vix is pretty good at the game. Yeah, he's won 2 tournaments. He's won the first inaugural Upstarts, which is the tournament that Z2R, the community, does for new runners, and he won the Nibiru Invitational, which is the standard tournament's Challenge Cup this year. Vix recognizing that he's already seen this room from the other side. Home getting the business from this blue iron knuckle. Okay, that went better for him.
You know, just thinking about it, the way this seed has been, Dark Link probably just like 2 rooms past T-Bird.
I mean, could be. It's a short GP, which means, you know, it's a percentage of rooms. Let me see. It tells me in the randomizer itself. 50 to 65% of rooms in the and I forget how many rooms are in the vanilla GP, but so it's going to be 50 to 65% somewhere in there. Hey, thanks for the raid.
So something I've noticed is that hidden passages seem to be highlighted in a different way. Is that a flag?
That is a flag, yeah. That's part of the version 5 updates, and it is a flag you can toggle on and off.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes it visible where there are holes in the walls or the floors or, you know, things of that nature.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a nice quality of life thing, especially for newer runners who maybe aren't familiar with the vanilla game, especially because a lot of those are vanilla rooms that those appear in. Okay, Home's gonna get fire. Vic skipped all this. Home, I love you, dude. You're wasting time. You're in go mode. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Heart container is actually probably not the worst thing that he could get there. So fire, because it had an exclamation mark after it, it is linked to another spell. That's also a flag you can toggle on and off. Whether fire is linked to a spell, whether it is not linked to a spell, or whether it's on at all. We don't know what it's linked to. He cast it in the old man's room. And it didn't turn him into a fairy, so it's not fairy. We won't know if it's jump because they already have, the jump is always on.
Something I noticed is when Vix cast Reflect, he was shooting fire.
Okay, so it's Reflect. Sometimes, it doesn't do it for everything, but sometimes when you cast the spell it's linked to, you will shoot fire. So, you know, that would have maybe been helpful in Palace 4, I guess, because fire is almost always cheaper than Reflect, but, like, it's just not... Fire Thunder would be nice. Okay, Home's showing off a trick that we call Fairy Feet, where... Well, trying to. If you turn yourself into a fairy in these encounters, and you push yourself 1 pixel off the screen, and then tap the D-pad in the opposite direction, and it lets you skip the encounter. It is much easier on the other side of the screen than the side that he was doing it on. Okay, so Vix back at the T-Bird room, passing the T-Bird room. Let's see. Where's our buddy Dark Link? Oh, this is a room. Didn't have enough magic for that. Was a nice hit.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
GG's, Vix. Oh, that's a nice blue chicken.
Yeah, this is where he game overed that, so we haven't seen past this yet.
Okay, so upstab block. There's a way to cheese this since they both have jump on. You can clip through. Yeah, and here's Dark Link.
What'd I
GG's
tell you, 3 moves.
VixRyder. GG's VixRyder as Home finds Barba. So Home will almost place 6 gems. No, he failed the jackhammer. Vix using the walk to the corner and cheese Dark Link in the face strat. I like to stab him in the ankles myself. Alright. GG's to VixRyder. Sub-hour.
Big.
Sub-hour. That's
Yeah,
a
that
hell
was
of a time.
fast.
What does... So 54:53 is the official race time for that. And we've got stats. This is another part of the version 5 updates. We have a stat screen now.
That's very nice.
So Vix took 14 deaths, had 17 up and A resets. So I'm gonna forfeit. He's gonna forfeit because he's a coward. That's okay. GG's. GG's to both runners. Suck it home.
Very good.
Well done. Over 1,000 stabs. That's nothing, dude. If you're not walking and jumping and stabbing the entire time you play this game, who even are you? 574 down stabs.
Could stand to have a few more, honestly.
Really? I don't know if they are going to interview or not. Fight you? Now that sounds like work. I'll have Tank fight you though.
Having
It's been my
work, I
it's been
see.
my mantra. Oh, hello, Vix.
GG's,
Hello.
Vix.
Hello, Home. GG's to both of you.
Yeah,
GG's.
GG's.
Get chucked. I mean, GG. That's the one. That's what I meant to say. That's the right word. I had some major skill issues for like the first 20, 30 minutes of this, it felt like.
I mean,
Zoomies is hard.
Zoomies is hard,
The end.
and you're kind of rusty. You haven't been playing as much of this rando as your other randos, so it's understandable. You know
At
what
least
would
I
have
was in
made
go
this
mode
seed?
when you
You know what would
finished.
have made this seed better?
Huh.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Vanilla Shuffle Death
Oh,
Mountain.
yes. Yeah, the one thing that Royale always wants.
Look, it's tradition.
It's not anymore. That tradition's over. Enjoy.
Now we're actually bringing it back. We just haven't told you yet.
Oh, weird. I'm going to be busy next June. I don't know.
Okay, dude.
I already have things on my calendar for June 2027. The whole month. My bad.
So how about
Well-
that P5 Home?
Oh, yeah. I thought
mean,
it was at the end, but then I wasn't.
And Vix,
I-
both of them.
Yeah, I thought I had found the path, but then I thought I didn't, so I go back, and then I'm like, oh, that actually was the path. I just did it at the wrong point. Good job.
Nope.
Good job, me.
P5 was doing P5 things as it tends to do.
I mean, that wasn't P5 things to me. That was just, you had this path that made sense to take earlier branches, and you didn't. You were in a whole different section. Like, it made sense once I saw it. I do like that part of Random Walk a lot better, because it's like, okay, I can actually make a picture of this in my head that makes sense.
Yeah, being able to kind of figure out where you're going to end up.
As opposed to, yeah, and knowing that everything's going to be a giant elevator and things will just connect, yeah.
Yeah, I like Random Walk.
Yeah, me too.
New
I
updates
think
are
it's-
great.
I think it's a great update to the rando.
It's just nice. It's the one thing that I've always wished this rando had was palaces that you could just logically map out, and and I'm glad it has it now.
So, Vix, what was it like fighting Guma? Because it looked like you were having a lot of trouble compensating for the speed and jump.
Yeah, I was trying to get into the hitbox to do the jackhammer, and Guma hit a lot harder than I thought he would. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it twice, and then it's a long way back, so I'm just gonna do it one more time, and if I fail, I'll just fight him normally, like I usually do.
Yeah, I think
So
Guma rolled up. I think on life at like his HP and his damage that he was doing to you.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, and also the life levels were absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah, I
everything still
noticed
hit like a
that.
truck at life 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the issue that I was having. Everything was hitting like a truck, like for forever. It felt like I took so many game overs just trying to get to places and taking dumb deaths because I'm trying to get through things fast.
Yeah.
I'm also
Caves, there's just a lot of stuff with projectiles too, and that's just really rough when you've
Yes,
the
the mixed large and small enemies flag is on. So
yeah.
normally where there would be only small enemies in a cave, especially in this like these caves that are early on in the West in the vanilla game, like you can now have large and small enemies mixed together, and that makes it significantly harder. Especially early game. Early game Z2 is brutal. It's just it's very difficult.
And not only that, when you're not used to playing with the always on jump and always on dash, it adds a whole nother layer to the
Yeah,
to
that
the
actually
game.
is what makes it hard to me.
Home,
Like, if
I
I
did
can take my time
appreciate-
slow and not have
Yeah,
issues with
yeah.
getting through things, then yeah, it's fine. But
I did appreciate that you fluffed that flute and went into Nibiru.
well, literally, I was like, everything's hitting me like a truck. I want heart containers, brother. So I went hunting for heart containers.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It was fun to let the audience see, you know, Larryville, like what can be done now with
Oh,
some
okay.
of these different options. That you know, the River Devil can now block a town or block a cave.
Yeah. Vix, I would just like to call out that absolutely brutal midair stab you did to that bird in G.
Oh, the orange, yeah, the orange guy when you were flying through the room and stabbed him in the face. That was very nice.
Yeah,
We
no,
enjoyed
I'm just
that.
looking at the spreads and I'm like, oh, my longest regular palace was just a little over 5.5 minutes. And then there's GP, 12.5 minutes. That was a long GP.
Yeah, it seems like it rolled on the longer side of short for sure.
Yeah.
And you definitely found all of the paths.
Yeah.
I'm convinced you
say, I'm
found
pretty sure I
every
did.
bot there is too.
Vix, you ever find the life spell?
Nope. I'm
I guess
guessing
I
it was
could
in
have been
Hammer
hiding
Cave.
in P6.
Or
that.
yeah, P6 would be the other location.
Yeah, because there were 2 items in P6, and we know one of them was the kid.
Did
Yeah,
we
and
ever
it's a good
figure
thing
out
I
what was that three-eyed rock?
it would
No,
have been
it would have been a junk location because we saw everything else. So, like,
yeah.
that flag,
Gotcha.
in this flag set, there's a 50-50 that the 3-eyed rock will appear, and then what's underneath it can be randomized, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a palace.
But it could be an item spot, it could be an item cave, it could be anything
Oh,
else.
you know what? We never did we ever see Risen P-Bag Cave? We saw Sunken.
Nope, never saw
No.
I
it.
don't
So,
think we did.
No,
okay,
because
so that could have been under 3-eyed rock.
okay. Yeah. No, the only reason we didn't is because the medicine, it was the last location, the medicine had to be there, which led to nothing.
Yeah,
So-
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because the medicine was on the east. Well, yeah, the medicine was on the east.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
and that was the,
did
the
you ever do
last.
Spell Tower? Because I didn't do that.
Did I do? Yes, I did do Spell Tower.
Yeah,
That was a heart
yeah.
container.
Vix got a heart container out of Dick Tower.
And those boots being in P2 to just unlock everything.
Hey, Hobe, you found the Kingbot party.
Yep.
Yeah. I will say a lot of these new rooms are hella confusing. Having seen them twice. In some cases, not at all. I definitely saw some new rooms today that I had not seen before.
Yeah.
There are some you've
Yeah.
definitely seen before and should know they're dead ends. So.
Well, yeah, no, I was hunting for like pee bags and stuff for experience or link dolls. Like anything that was
Yeah.
a dead end that I went to intentionally was intentional because I could run.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Early on, it was looking for any kind of pee bag, and I only got one 500 drop in the entire seed.
Yeah, P-bags were pretty stingy. Like the amounts were kind of stingy.
Yeah, there were hundreds and
Enemy
50s that I saw. I did get a couple 500s.
Enemy XP looked like it rolled up because all those drops are randomized in this flag set. So,
Stay for some
if
of the
anyone's
early-
here from Home's chat, I just want you all to know that Reflect is the equivalent of Mirror Shield in this game. So Home does in fact need Mirror Shield.
No, it is not. It is a magical spell, so no, absolutely
That
not.
makes
That
your
is very
shield
wrong.
reflective.
It's
like
a
the
magical
mirror
spell.
shield.
It is a magical spell. It is not a mirror shield. No.
It repels Wizrobe beams. It does the same thing that the Mirror Shield does in Z3. Home needs Mirror Shield. I stand by my
No.
statement.
Stop it. All right.
Would say I'm a little disappointed in both of you all for abandoning the child. The child did nothing wrong, and you left.
No,
I didn't see the child.
The
child
child
knows what he
deserves
did.
to stay in P6 with Barba.
Yeah, he went to go hang out with the dragon. That's what he wanted. That's what he gets.
I mean, and if they're gonna keep letting him run away, like, yeah, it's deserved. Like this is on that granny as far as I'm concerned. All the grannies are the ones that do everything wrong in this game. That's just how it is.
I was quite surprised that even though Granny let you into her basement with 6 containers, that you didn't stab her in the face anyways.
Yeah, I should have, but she didn't. She wasn't mean this time. She actually was helpful. I spared her. I spared her once. It's the only time she'll get it. She should be thankful. Otherwise, she can get shucked. I'm dead. I don't even know if I'm going right. Yes.
Thank you, Nissan.
Wow! Wait.
Very good.
Very good.
All right, I'm done with the GP. To hell with it. Left isn't the answer. That's all that matters.
Good attempt, Tom. Good attempt. Like,
Yeah, GG's, you guys. This was great. We both did a good job. This was the early part of this seed was kind of dumb, but you know,
very dumb. It was very dumb to get to the other side of the West.
it was great to watch, though. Like, thank you.
It
guys
was.
for
It was a
doing
lot
this.
of fun. You put on a
That's
great
the only
show.
thing that matters. And thank you guys for jumping in to comment on this. And as always, thank you, Nissan, for letting us showcase our stupidity. And
yeah, follow the runners.
Very, very enjoyable that it's the 3rd time we've done this, and we still have yet to show like an actual just standard seed.
I don't think that's
boring.
I mean,
that's just boring. Nobody wants to see
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure, please give a follow to Vix and both Home Wrecker. They are both excellent streamers. They do all kinds of randomizers. They both participate in tournaments. And big shout outs and thank you to Nielsen and Alex for putting on this marathon. It's always great to see all these games showcased.
that. Yes, thank you, Nilsan. This has been so much fun, and thanks, Cody, for jumping in on comms with me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to leave a friend hanging.
All right, folks. Until next year, everyone.